homies and homiettes. You know who it is, yours truly, King of Charisma, Shaman of Swagger, Carter James, the NILLIHC Master, coming to you live from my beautiful place in North Hollywood, California, ready to bring you another great CD review. 10 phenomenal songs from the Glam Skanks and the new album Glitter City. Phenomenal, sexy, sassy, not hot but spicy. That is indeed the Glam Skanks, baby. And I'm ready to show you their amazing rock and roll songs from my perspective. To begin with, for those of you who know the Glam Skanks, personally, professionally, or otherwise, you know how fantastic their energy is on stage and in real life. Their zest for life, their passion for fun 70s rock and roll with a 2016 twist is completely evident throughout these 10 songs on their new album, Glitter City. To start off the album is a song called Blow Me, a very interesting, questionable, and very sarcastic song, and it felt to me like, I don't know if this should be the first song that they should have put on the album as their #1 song to start the CD with. Why? Because it felt like something that could have been used like in the middle of the CD rather than the very first song. The next song, GLAM, fits much better, more specifically because they use that song as their opening for their concerts, their live shows. Jackson Sparkles on drums plays a fantastic part throughout that song because when you hear those drums, only Jackson Sparkles can play drums with that kind of rhythm, that kind of swing. And it shows throughout the duration of the CD. Millie Chan and Jackson Sparkles play a fantastic and thorough rhythm section, and it does not go unnoticed. Veronica Volume, fantastic guitar player. She knows how to keep rhythm down, she knows how to put in the solos just right and consistently and awesomely throughout. And Alley Cat, the fierce, very vibrant, and very glittery presence that you see on stage definitely shows on this album as well. Her vocals are very precise, they're full of grace, full of spirit, and full of very interesting angst, as only Alley Cat can. Teenage Drag Queen, a faster paced song with a very awesome and very easy fist-pumping teenage drag queen aura that can get any crowd amped and stamped immediately. Glitter City, the 4th track on this wonderful, wonderful album. This is probably the best way to put on a really, really interesting aura of, okay, this is going to be the song we're going to be using for our album title. This aura works perfectly. Glitter City may not be the best album on the CD, but this is definitely the best song for their album to use as their title track. I hope I said that correctly. Tube Tops was a very interesting song, one of the most intriguing in my opinion because it really shows Alley Cat's fierce angst towards the status quo, a very typical anti-rock and roll vibe that she may not be so agreeable with. And it really shows in her lyrics and her spoken word intensity throughout the song. And it's consistent blah 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 mixed with a lot of phenomenal melody flows. And that will definitely be a stunner for a lot of people because when you see Alley Cat perform that kind of spoken word on stage, you know damn well what I'd be talking about. Fuck Off, their next song. This is, I believe, one of the turning points for this wonderful album. Why? Because it really shows how vulnerable Alley Cat can be. You know, when she sings and when she talks at the very beginning of the song, it comes across as a very 50s mixed with the 70s, mixed with the flavor of 2016 today. And with those 3 auras of the 50s, 70s, and 2016, she knows how to put in a sort of really frantic, romantic vibe. You know, very quite partial to the Supremes, leader of the pack, or I hope that was the band who did that song, Leader of the Pack, mixed in with a lot of Patti Smith, mixed in with a lot of the Runaways. I believe that those 3 influences are very evident throughout the duration of Fuck Off. And she sang that song phenomenally well. That was, in my opinion, her best vocal performance on this entire album. Karma. When she sings, NILLIHC, when she sings, Karma is a skank in heels, or on heels. That really shows the definition of what the Glam Skanks music is all about. Take no prisoners, strong, powerful, womanly rock and roll. And Karma is definitely a song that you want to be 5 minutes long. Not only does it have a very phenomenal message, but the guitar solos and the phenomenal 1970s vibe shine through the most on the song Karma. Fuck Off and Karma specifically are the two major highlights on this album, and it was put perfectly as song number 7 and 8. Or excuse me, 6 and 7. That was easy for me to say. Bad Bitch. This is a no ands, ifs, or buts about it song. High energy, fun, mosh pitable, headbangable, and very, very intriguing, with a wonderful "Don't You Know That I'm a Bad, Bad Bitch," sung with action and intensity. The rhythm section, mixed in with Alley Cat and Veronica Volume's high adrenaline rush, makes for one hell of a fantastic live performance. And even better, it just maybe have you an even better studio performance. The Radio Blues. This song is just right for 2016. A wonderful rock and roll blues song that could be, quite partial to the 50s, 60s, and 70s, mixed in with the 2016's flavor of "I don't want no bubblegum, I don't want no pop," Alley Cat so viciously sings. There is no ands, ifs, or buts about it that this song shows where the hell is rock and roll today, and why is it not as, relevant as all this teeny weeny pop that kids are into today, mixed with this really poppy hip hop today. Radio Blues is certainly one that you want to dance to. Just get up and move your booty to. I Want It Now was a very peculiar way on how to end this album. I Want It Now really does show, hey, the Glam Skanks want authenticity, veracity, no compromise whatsoever. I Want It Now signifies what the Glam Skanks really are all about. However, I don't think that the music, personally, fits in with the message of the lyrics. So it was not the strongest way to end the album, I would say. I feel like Radio Blues, if that song was at the end of the album, it would fare much better, and the energy would have smoked even more. But still, every single message and every single song is clear, and they all have merit, and they're all consistent. Not one song is a bitter or a meh disappointment. The highlights for me on this whole album would have to be Glam, Teenage Drag Queen, Fuck Off, Karma, Bad Bitch, and Radio Blues. And I believe if I were to grade this album, it would have to be, with a clear conscience, a full-blown, to the maximum, B+ album. Fantastic job by the Glam Skanks for bringing rock and roll a true merit for 2016. If you're a big fan of 1970s rock and roll mixed with 1980s glam and fantastic and flamboyant outfits, you will have no problem really giving this album a wink and a nod. However, for those of you who would find music quite partial to Patti Smith, The Runaways, and any other rock and roll band, more specifically female rock and roll band, but inspired by great females of rock and roll like Heart, the band Heart, Patti Smith, The Runaways, maybe even Courtney Love, you name it, you might find this maybe, status quo rock and roll for women. But for those of you who are diehard fans, you'll want to give this album an A++. So, there really is no common ground. The Glam Skanks Glitter City is an album that you're really, really going to like, or you're just going to say, meh, I've heard it all before. And here's a band that's trying so hard to be another one of those bands who really is trying to stand out and try to make it, but who can get into it? Well, I tell you one thing, yours truly can. B+, ladies, Alley Cat, Jackson Sparkle, the man, the myth, the drummer. Fantastic rhythm section. Veronica volume, rhythm, the guitar, the solos, the rhythm guitar on point. Millie Chan, the bass is in your face throughout the duration of the album. Ali, fantastic vocals. The best is still to come. I'm looking forward to hearing a lot more of what you can do on that microphone. And if you have not seen a live show, you most certainly must after you hear this entire album of Glitter City. You just might love the shows. Even if you don't really like the album, you'll love the live shows. Stay NILLIHC forever young and champions. Great job once again, Glam Skanks. The best is still to come. You'll be hearing more from me soon. NILLIHC Master out. Later.